studios. This is After 9 with Scott and Kat.
And happy motherfucking Friday!
Welcome to After 9, everybody. Scott, Kat, and Dave Blezard joins us in studio.
Hello.
Hello. Oh, that's for you, by the way.
What is this? Is a bag?
Yeah.
Should I open it now?
Go ahead.
What did she buy you at the Nespresso store?
It's not actually coffee, because I know you don't like coffee.
Oh, what the heck? Whoa, there's Star Wars Oreos?
And you choose whether you're the dark side or the light side.
What? I didn't know they made these.
That's directly from Oreo, who's a fan of us. There you go.
Is this out in stores?
It is apparently in stores now. Oreo cookies. So the dark side is the red icing, and the
light side. Go ahead. You can read
blue.
it since you don't know
Sorry,
anything about Star Wars.
Yeah. I bought it, but I didn't read
She
it.
did send me an email about it, but
She's like, the farce is with me? No, it's force, and it's with me.
There you go. But you know what I was thinking? Have you guys ever seen, do you guys watch that Netflix show Golden Auctions, about golden auctions? They do celebrity auctions, whatever. It's like behind the scenes at auction houses. I feel like this one, even though this will probably mold and be terrible, will probably be worth something someday if you wanted to just hold on to it and not open it.
Oh, shit.
It's
I was
a
going to
special
say,
edition.
do you guys want to try one? But now you're telling me that
Open it. There's another package.
This might be my retirement fund right here.
Yeah, in like 55 years.
Yeah, right. Well, it's very cool. It's a black Oreo package. The Oreo logo's in gold, and then it's got the dark side on one side of a cookie, and then the light side on the other, with all the heroes from the original. I think it's the original trilogy.
Sounds just like the commercial.
Oh, I think I see Ray in it. Yeah, I know, right? It's a really good sell job on it. It's like,
I know, right?
I think it's got look at that. It's got a guy. Yeah.
As soon as it said Star Wars, I said, yeah, I know a guy. You probably get that a lot, though. People just give you Star Wars shit because you like Star Wars, right?
I get that quite a bit.
Yeah.
And I'm okay with it.
That's good. Well, there you go.
Well, these look fantastic. I look forward to eating them at a time when I'm like, oh, shit, I didn't mean to open those.
Whoops.
I wake up in the morning and realize I ate 2 sleeves of Oreos.
Oopsie.
Oreo packaging and a couple edible packaging
It's all
right
a
beside
mess.
each other.
All on the floor.
Oh, no.
I did it again.
I'm definitely in the dark side.
Oh, no.
Oh,
No,
no.
you know what happens is you take the two cookies, the red and the blue, and you're like, what if I put them together?
I made it green. I made a
What
purple
would you
lightsaber.
be?
Purple.
Would you be good or would you be bad, though?
If you put the two together?
Yeah.
Well, we all struggle with both sides of the force.
Sometimes we have multiple personalities.
Well, this is really awesome. I'm actually quite excited
Good.
for these. These are cool. Thank
Good.
you for that. And
You're
thank you,
welcome.
Oreo.
Thank you, Oreo.
For being a good listener of the Scott and Kat Show and After 9 podcast. That's good. A lot of people have messaged, and we didn't even really talk about it this year. Are you doing baseball again, and how is your team doing? Is a question we get asked regularly for you.
Yeah, sure. With the Obi-Wan Kenobis are back.
They're back, baby.
They're back, baby.
Same squad, or did you have to make some cuts?
There was a couple of cuts.
Did you do it?
No. It's people who didn't sign up to come back.
Oh, okay. That would be awkward, by the way.
Yeah.
Like, sorry.
Hey, listen, I know this is a rec softball league.
To
Slow
get
pitch.
kicked out of that is awful.
Yeah, but I got to be honest with you, you're really not pulling your weight at batting 7th.
Making some changes at the bottom of the lineup, and you got to go.
Well, the biggest change for us, so if you don't remember this story, last year we were put together as all individual signups for this rec league.
Yeah.
So it was a team that was just thrown together. Many of the other teams that we played were all people that have been playing together for several years, some for decades. So we get there and we're just this ragtag bunch of people. Nobody knows who's going to play what position. Nobody knows what's going on. And it was a season where we just kind of learned how to do it.
Yeah.
And it was super, super fun. Pretty much everybody on the team did come back, which was really cool. Yeah, we have a couple new people joining the team this year. We got moved. This is the big news. We were in the C division last year.
Okay.
We got
and there's only C divisions?
No, there's, I believe, A, B, C, D, and E.
Oh, wow. So you're
Yeah.
middle of the pack.
No. We were relegated, as we should have been from the beginning. We were in the wrong league last year. We got demolished. Like, I think we won two or maybe 3 games the whole year.
Okay.
So they put us in a league with competition that's a little more in our area. And we still have lost the first 2 games of the season, but they're a much more competitive game than they were when it was like 28-2. That was no fun last year.
You know, there's some people that have got their team, and even though it's just a bunch of friends and stuff that are going out to play rec beer league softball, they still treat it like it's the Blue Jays.
Oh, absolutely.
They're buying jackets and fucking hats and the whole 9 yards. Well, actually, you
We
got
have
some merch
jerseys.
done for yours
Yeah,
too.
we have jerseys. We have the Raglan shirts.
That's cool.
Yeah. I mean, it's just a 3/4 sleeve shirt.
Did you get them on Vistaprint?
No, I don't remember where we printed them somewhere locally. I can't remember where though.
cool.
Yeah,
Okay.
help support local business.
Indeed.
Yep. Got the Obi-Wan Kenobi logo right on the front.
Perfect.
Of
That one
jersey.
you ripped right from fucking AI search or whatever it was.
Yeah, it was like a Bing like AI search, and we're like, ooh, this worked. Like, thanks, Bing.
Don't tell
Like,
Disney.
I didn't know that Bing even existed anymore, but that was the sole purpose for me to use Bing.
Really?
Bing is Bing was up against Google.
Bing's a
and
thing. You're telling us Bing's still a thing.
They thought Bing would be a thing,
Okay.
and it did not. Bing's
No.
not a good thing.
Bing is not a very good thing.
It's
All right.
not. It's not. But
Catchy slogan though.
Yeah, I had a play on Monday that I was super proud of. I played first. It's a little Vladdy over here. They had a runner on third and ground ball to the pitcher. 1 out. Pitcher threw the ball to me, and I noticed as he was throwing it to me over his shoulder, I could see the guy at third run home, like he was trying to take the base. So, bam, got it at first, and I threw the ball as hard as I humanly possibly could, and thank God Rebecca caught the ball at home plate because we got the double play.
Wow.
It was a
done.
That's a pitcher, first base, home plate, double play.
That was a 1-3-2 double play.
Wow.
And that is that's elite stuff, everybody.
I still think we should go and watch a game, Scott.
Really?
Yeah.
Why do you think we should do that?
He's like, I'm not interested. It's a weeknight. He's not in.
Please tell
if
me
it's a
why.
weeknight, he's not in.
Please tell me why.
If it's
I
not
should do
around the
that.
corner from his house, he's not in.
That's right.
What are you going to do with this fucking game? What are you going to do?
I'm going to make signs and cheer.
You're going to make signs, are
I'll
you?
make signs.
Okay. All right.
But wait till you play like a team that's like you want to like throw off or something. It's doing really well, and then I'll really throw them off.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know how, but I'll figure it out.
There's a couple of interesting team names. Like there's Bat and Bougie.
Okay.
That's a good
Okay.
one.
All right. That's not bad.
Yeah. The Bench Warmers is another one that's
Yeah.
sure. That
I could
works.
take some people. Elle would come with me. Someone would come with me.
I'm sure there's lots of
Wouldn't
people
they?
running around
Would anyone
here.
come with me?
You could probably get half
Jesse?
the promo team to go.
Anybody?
You're trying to get a whole. We're going to end up with more people in the stands than on the
Yeah.
team. I don't think we're used to that.
But that would be the fun part. Like, oh, they have a cheer squad? What the fuck?
Yeah.
Right? Throw them off.
Set up a barbecue and sell dollar hot dogs
Right?
too.
Oh,
It's
they-
very popular to attract people to a baseball game.
Oh, not a bad idea.
Looney Dog Day at Rim Park. That sounds great.
All right, let's get to a couple of things that are on our radar here for the first weekend of summer.
Yeah.
Welcome to it, everybody. We're going to start off by talking about something that is very, very, very important to some people. And for others, it's never even crossed their mind. Some people do what's called shift work. And if you work during the day, which a lot of people do, or if you work in the evening, maybe it would be more convenient for you to get your shopping and such done overnight. But what happens? 10 o'clock, everything shuts down, right?
Yeah.
Survey was done asking people, what would you like to see open 24 hours? What do we need a 24-hour option for? One of the top answers was the dentist.
Oh, interesting. Well,
Could you get into a 4 a.m. dental visit, Dave?
Well, they don't need to stay open. I think that I know that there's some dentists that will do emergency work at any hour of the night.
Really?
Yeah. Some of them have emergency lines for that exact purpose, but I wouldn't stay open hoping somebody walks in at 3 a.m.
Yeah, I don't think there's going to be a lot of walk-ins.
So wait a second.
Yeah, and if that bell goes at the door
Oh my
opens, I'm scared
God.
shitless at 3 a.m. Like, ding, ding.
Especially with all those drugs.
Yeah, right?
So you mean to tell me that had Rebecca not caught that ball at home, and it just happened to sock her in the face or something, and she needed emergency dental work done, you can call some sort of a phone number, and some dentist and dental hygienist will get out of bed and go to the office and open it up to fix your face.
Yep, some clinics will tell you that they have an emergency line for that exact reason.
They'll charge for it, though. I mean, you're going to pay. Well, your
yeah.
insurance or your benefits should cover some of it, but you're probably going to pay out of pocket for most of it.
Yeah, well, just like any other appointment, although maybe they put a prime number on it because of the fact that they don't want to get up at 3 in the morning. Also, a dental emergency at 3 a.m., sometimes that'll end up at the hospital.
Ah, yeah.
That's true.
I don't know if I like the doctor doing dental work. I don't know. I also wouldn't go to the dentist if I needed a vasectomy or something, right? Like everybody's got a specialty, and I feel like we need to keep it in the right wheelhouse.
I feel like teeth can wait. Like, I feel like you don't really need it. Like, even if someone came and punched out your... Listen, like, hear me out here, though. If
Do you
someone,
know
like...
how many times I've tried to say that? You don't need teeth.
No, but they can wait is all I'm saying. Like somebody stabs you. Holy fuck, that could hit an organ. That needs to be looked at immediately. If someone knocks out your teeth, like they're not going to grow back overnight. They could see it tomorrow. Like it's not like they
don't grow back at all.
That's the thing. They're not going to. That's true.
Just the way you said
they're not
that
going
to. They're not going to grow back overnight. You know.
They're not going to implant themselves overnight, obviously. But you can wait the next day.
Just water your teeth a little bit.
You're not
going
to die. Is my point.
No, but you could be in a lot of pain or discomfort. So it would be advantageous to get it done in
all right, sure,
in an expeditious way.
And broken teeth, if you like break it into pieces and you don't want to lose a little piece of tooth, and it could be a disaster.
Okay, well, just slightly fewer more than said dentist, said your doctor. How do we convince the doctors that a walk-in clinic might be very, very successful at 3 o'clock in the morning?
I mean, there's emergency rooms. Is that what you were going to say?
Yeah.
We all got to stop going to the damn emergency room. That's the problem.
Well, maybe that's a good point, is that it would be nice if there was a like a walk-in clinic near a hospital.
Yeah.
That you could say, okay, this maybe isn't quite hospital, but it's walk-in worthy.
Yeah.
So you don't end up with people in the emergency room with strep throat.
Right.
Yeah.
Or a chipped tooth.
That's right.
Yeah. Which doesn't grow back overnight.
Not overnight. Eventually, but not overnight.
1 in 4 people said the post office, and another 1 in 4 people said the bank. Is there any sort of a scenario where you need to get your banking done at 4 o'clock in the morning? Because I don't see that one.
I guess I'm trying to think if people get paid by check, but not a lot of people even get paid by check anymore. But if you did and you wanted that in your account, because you know how there's always the waiting period if you do it at the ATM, maybe that's how many people is that though? What percentage of the population is that?
That's what I'm saying. I don't think there's enough people to serve to have that be a necessity.
And you're going to wake up all the homeless people and everything.
If I walk into a bank at 1 o'clock in the morning looking for a certified check, I think you should be asking me a few more questions than yes or no. Which account would you like?
That's shady. I need a certified check at 1 a.m.
Right now. And the bank tellers that work there are going, no, thank you.
Yeah.
I don't want to be open at 2 a.m. I'm already scared for my life in the afternoon.
Well, look at places like the cash payday places.
Yeah.
A lot of them were open super late. And
probably made a fortune.
And they're all behind like
they're in a vault.
Yeah, behind bulletproof glass and all kinds of stuff. Like, I think that if you're gonna do that, well, then your banks just become your 24-hour payday loan places.
Yeah.
I can't think of anything that you would need to get done at a bank in the middle of the night that couldn't wait a few hours. But if you think about it, bankers are living the life. Teachers often get singled out for having the ideal schedule where they get Christmas off, they get March break, and they get summers off, and yada, yada, yada. People often harp on the teachers having the ideal hours. If you're a banker, you are a straight up 8 to 5 or not 8 to 4 or 9 to 5. You get every holiday off, even if it's provincial, federal, you get them all off, and they are like firmly closed at a certain time. You could be waiting in line at 4:59. They don't give a fuck. You're gone.
You're done.
See you tomorrow, asshole. One of those.
Yeah.
Bankers have got great hours. In addition to the bank and all those, this one is the most, I think, the most practical one. Mechanics.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, cars don't just fall apart during the daylight hours.
I would like, well, very similar to how we discussed the dentists. So it would be cool if there were mechanics that had an on-call.
Yeah, that would be cool. Well, because right now your option is, say something happened to your car in the middle of the night, the only option is to get it towed, and then you got to like put your keys through that weird slot at the mechanics and go back in the morning, you know? And hope nobody jacks your car.
Did you get my keys?
I threw them in there. There's a key. There's a heart keychain on it. I'm that one.
Like you threw it into the door of a bakery. I don't think. It's also 4 o'clock in the morning. You don't know. You can't see the sign.
Can I provide you with a quick update on a topical thing? We were doing an auction to play a round of golf with me.
I was waiting for this.
Children's Fun Golf Tournament. Very, very thankful to everybody who placed a bid. But of course, there can only be one winner in an auction, and that winner will be paying $920 to the Children's Fund for a round of golf with me on the 4th of July.
Hey, that's amazing.
$920. It was at 9 all morning, so whoever slid in there with that $20 bid, that was sly.
for you.
If they could text us and just tell, if you're willing to tell me a little bit about yourself, because I'm curious who's going to be golfing with you, or the reason why they wanted to specifically join you on the golf course.
That's the thing, right? That's the thing.
I'd love to know if you're willing to.
Why me? Why this tournament? What's your story?
What's that?
What the hell are you up to?
I've played golf with Scott many, many times, and I have the same question. Why?
Why?
Why would you do that? No, it's an absolute blast, and he's super fun to golf with. So that is awesome.
Hey, Dave, we don't talk very often on After 9 about U.S. politics, but we're going to go there today. And don't get all frustrated. Don't do it. If you're Team Trump, we're going to say some nice things about him, and we're going to say some mean things about him, and that's just the way it is.
And I think it doesn't even matter in this case. It's just an idea that's coming to light that I think that we can all relate to and we can all talk about.
100%. So it's a policy proposal because they have an election coming up in November, and it's Joe Biden versus Donald Trump. And one of the ways that Donald Trump is going to try and sway some people over to his side, this is his proposal. Let's discuss no income taxes on your tips. In other words, if you are working as a restaurant server, if you're working as a food delivery driver, your tips are not part of your overall compensation. You should get taxed on your salary. Tips are a bonus and should not be subject to income tax, is what the former president says.
Is this basically for anyone who gets tips then? Like you're talking like hairstylists, people who do nails, and you name it.
And as you know, the list of people that claim tips is growing daily. Subway had a tip jar out the other day. Subway.
Yeah, they're not claiming that. You think they're claiming your cash?
I don't think anybody's kicked anything into it.
I'm still struggling with the tip on the app for deliveries and things like that.
Yeah.
It's like tip your driver, and then there's a delivery charge, and then there's another service charge. And I'm going, wait, I'm tipping the driver before he gets here. So how do I, if I understand this correctly, tips are supposed to be about exceptional service. Exceptional, above and beyond. Because if I understand it, you're getting paid to do the job portion. And if the job portion doesn't pay enough, well, then there should be a different conversation. Because I don't know why I'm paying more and more and more and more for products and then still having to tip everybody on top of it. Why am I supplementing the income that you're not paying them enough on?
Well, that was a great point that was brought up by text is I'd rather see a living wage, and then tips by all means are bonuses, but there's zero pressure to do it.
But I feel extra pressure to do it.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. But
everywhere I turn.
We were worried about the living wage thing though, because then Scott and I's thought was if you give everyone that living wage, so that means bump the salary and let's say we do away with tips and bump the salary up, it's going to show up as your final price point anyway. You're going to be paying, we will all be paying more.
Part of the evidence that you can use for that argument is McDonald's. Fast food restaurants in general. Minimum wage has gone up 4 times in recent memory. And while that's great for workers, is increased the price of a lot of things.
Yeah, a Big Mac combo used to be like, what, $7?
I remember it being $4.99 for the longest time. And then it went to $5.99. And I was like, I don't know if I'm willing to pay that extra $1. And now it's like $16.
Yeah.
And it's a combination of inflation and higher salaries. So if we did go to a living wage in the restaurants, let's say all these servers and kitchen staff and the expos and all those others, let's say they were making $40 an hour, $45 an hour, I'd say is probably the minimum for a quote unquote livable wage. $45 an hour? Are you still going to go to those restaurants when a plate of pasta costs you $60? Are you still going to go to those places when a steak is $80 and a bottle of wine is $90? Are you still going to go there when that happens? Or should we keep it the same and just on the honor system, basically, if you enjoyed your service and you're willing to, somewhere between 15 and 20% is the appropriate tip.
And I will tell you as a fact that the service won't be, it's not like you're going to get better tiers of service if that's the case. If someone like doesn't even love what they do, but they're making the $45, they don't really care to give you that extra time and attention.
So in that's a pride in the job thing. If you're not proud of it and you're not, you don't take personal pride in the work that you do, no matter what your work is, well, then you're not the right person to be in that kind of a front-facing public job.
But there probably would be, though. They'd still get people who are just shouldn't be there, but they don't give a fuck because they don't care about tips anymore. So it doesn't matter. There's no matter if they wait you, it doesn't matter if you're going to give them a tip or not. They don't care.
Do we need, let me ask you this, do we need great, like, over-the-top service?
I think that the bar has been lowered so much for service, to be honest with you. Like, if you give me a little bit of attention, like the bare minimum, I'm good. That's fine. I don't expect it. That's for sure, because it doesn't happen often.
You refilled my soda without asking.
Yeah. Like, that's honestly, though, that's these
the
days,
bar.
that's the bar now.
Yeah. You brought me extra napkins without me having to ask.
Thank you. Cool.
You bring an extra loaf of bread because we ate all the bread on the table, you're getting the 25%
You know?
tip.
There
You
it
know,
is.
like it's just, I got to do it.
That
just 'cause
matters.
But
Yeah.
going back to what I was saying with the tip on the driver before they even get there.
Yeah.
Like let's say I tipped 0, or I was like, no, I'm not tipping extra on this. Like, should I expect my food to be like boomeranged at my front door, like because I didn't tip, or like am I at the back of the line? You can also now pay for priority, so you can
Yeah.
be bumped to the front of the line and get your food 7 minutes earlier.
Yeah. Correct.
For an extra fee again.
For $4.
You know
Yeah.
Get out of here.
You know what's interesting is every app is different because we've had this conversation and we have people who listen who are drive for whether it's Uber Eats, DoorDash, etc. They're all run differently. But with one of them, basically they'll judge whether or not to even deliver to you based on your tip. But a lot of them also know you can change your tip. So even if you put the minimum on, you can change it after the fact. But that's a risk that they have to take. So they kind of have to go the extra mile and hope that you add more to the tip, I guess.
See, I don't like that they can see the tip in advance. It's one
Yeah.
thing to expect a tip for something that, I mean, clearly some people have a problem paying a tip in that scenario. It's another thing for them to see it in advance and have to make a decision on whether or not they want that business or not. I don't know if they look at that order and say, okay, I'm going to make like $6 from the delivery fee and, oh, it's only a $2 tip. No, I'm not going to take that.
Do you think
Yeah.
there's any places that feel tacky for asking for tips, or do you think they care? Like, I wonder if there's any workers that work at like a Subway is a great example, because I go there, I'll get a sub. You didn't do like you put the green peppers on like normal, like you didn't do anything flashy
You
or
didn't do a
special.
dance while they did it?
No,
You
like,
put it on the little pan and put it in the big toaster there.
that's it. But
Yeah.
that's the job. That's
Yeah.
the job. Like, and it goes back to that same old argument of like, oh, which jobs are tip worthy and which jobs are not tip worthy? Because if it's a public service,
Yeah.
should there just automatically be tips? Are we tipping our RMTs? Are we tipping our hairdressers? It's just still gray. And I feel like this has been an argument for 20 years and
Yes.
it's never going to go away.
It's not going to be settled, I feel like.
No.
But why won't somebody just show some leadership and create the definitive guide? There's a couple of life guides that I think need to be created, and maybe this is an app. Maybe we should put this in our $1 million idea folder. Listen, how about this? An app that tells you how much you're supposed to pay who. And it includes everything from your RMT. That's a good one. I always tip my RMT, but I never tip my osteopath. What's the difference there?
See, that's
You know,
what
I don't
I'm
know
saying.
why. I don't necessarily tip when I go into a quick serve restaurant, but I always tip in a sit down restaurant, even though they're performing basically the same function.
Do you ever
It's kinda
tip your
weird.
mechanic?
I have never tipped my mechanic, but in fairness, he is also a good friend, and I do a lot for that fucking guy.
Yeah, it's true.
No, but when it comes to tipping, there's a lot of ambiguity. Another thing that this app that I haven't created yet, but I will, another thing it could do is tell you how much you're supposed to give for a wedding, for example.
Oh, yeah. That's a good one.
Because there's different scenarios. Hey, I'm going to a wedding this weekend.
you
It's
plunk
in
in your
town.
scenario.
Yeah. Oh, but what if it's a destination wedding? Does that impact how much I give the couple?
Buffet or plated? Yeah.
Do I need to get a hotel for the night, or is it driving distance?
You know,
Did I have to get a babysitter? No, I didn't.
Scott has an obsession with spreadsheets, apparently.
Yes.
Get me some Excel documents immediately.
It's not an awful idea. I don't know how many people would go out of their way to download it, but it's not an awful idea.
Hey, just something that'll tell you, oh, are you going to your hairstylist? Here's how much you should tip them. And if you're going to your mechanic, here's how much you don't tip them, or whatever. Maybe mechanics should get tipped.
They're providing a service and fixing your car. Like,
And usually they'll go above and beyond. If you tell your mechanic, like, oh, by the way, weird little rattle in the right wheel, do you think you could take a look at it? They'll probably take a look, and they're not going to charge you extra for it. They'll just tell you, oh, shit, you ran something over, or your tires are square.
they top your tires are square. They top up your fluids. They do, they do all
Yeah.
kinds, and they say, oh, we washed your car for you. Like, do you tip them?
Yeah.
If they washed my car, I probably would, in fairness.
Well, you've seen how dirty they are. They need to wash the inside after they've been sitting in it. With those coveralls.
Let me give you two others that I'm really not sure about when it comes to tipping. You know when people come and they deliver, like, you bought a new washer and dryer, so they've got to haul the new washer and dryer into your house and then haul the old one out of your house? Do you tip them, and how much? Because that looks like backbreaking work. It looks like a very, very physically demanding job. Why wouldn't I tip them?
Yeah,
I don't.
I had movers.
Yeah.
And I'm like, do I tip them? I think I did, but I don't know what the protocol would be.
Yeah, or what the percentage is. Like, I wouldn't know. I'm
idea.
like, do I put 20%, 15%, 10%? Like, what are we at here?
But 20% of the move, I think I would just arbitrarily pick a number. Like, hey, $50, here you go.
20% of the kilometers. Like, now you have, again, you need your
Yeah.
spreadsheet idea. You need to go in and
Dang
look that
it.
up.
You also don't want to put them in a different tax bracket or anything if they're close. So you should probably ask them for all their personal financial information before you decide.
I'm sure they'd be willing to give all that up. Sure.
Fill out this form.
Can you give me your SIN number and your address, and we'll just figure out what I owe you?
Yeah.
Here's the other one, though. And I saw this happen once. I was at, where was I? I think I was at my apartment, and I was doing Saturday nights there.
Nice.
And it was a fill-in DJ. He put out a tip jar. And I said, really?
What?
A tip jar for a DJ? And he's like, bro, people come up here, because all the DJs talk like this. Bro, they come up here and they fucking break your balls. They want to hear this song. They want to hear it right now. Fine, fucking pay for it. And he was dead serious. Mm-hmm. He wanted at least $20 for a request.
Wow.
And I'm up there like a sucker just doing birthday shout outs for free. He's charging $20 a song and people were paying it.
Yeah.
Shit, that's not bad.
Where do you draw the line though? Because now there's so many people that will come up there with like a SoundCloud link or something and like, yo, can you plug my phone in and just
This
play this
is
jam?
my song,
Yo,
and it's their song.
The crowd will go nuts, fam. I promise. And you're like, shut up. I'm like, no one
I'm
gives
the
a
next
shit.
Drake, though.
Yo, you don't have an aux,
You don't
fam?
even know.
Yo, where's the aux? You're like, nope, not happening. Yo, I'm cheesing, dog.
Oh, fuck.
Sorry, the Toronto Man's Act, it's the most irritating thing because it's not a real thing.
It's irritating.
Where did that come from? Is that just like a weird evolution of the language?
There's
or?
a bunch of different theories as to where it actually started. I don't really know.
I'd say probably the person who's introduced me to more words than I was originally familiar with is Drake. Yeah. And Drake is in the news now, Dave, as you may have heard, because all the people that he thought were his friends showed up at this Kendrick Lamar concert the other night for Juneteenth, and they were dancing on stage.
Did you see video of this, by the way? Like,
I
have
did
you seen
now.
video?
So I hadn't seen it when we talked about it on the pod yesterday. But
yeah,
shit.
I told you. It's insane.
I mean, if I'm Drake, you might as well delete LeBron's number. He doesn't want to talk to you anymore. He's clearly...
Dr. Dre...
Dr.
Well,
Dre.
Dr. Dre was a huge one, and he was on stage for Not Like Us.
The Weeknd was there,
Yeah.
like in the crowd, like having an amazing time. I'm like, oh my God. Like, and now this isn't just him hosting this show was not a you pick your sides kind of thing, but the fact that it became that
Kinda
on
was.
stage.
He
with
performed the song multiple times.
5 times or whatever,
Like,
wasn't it? Or 3
yes.
times? He played
I think it ended up being 5.
Not Like Us. So that's what I'm saying is it turned into that. But was that how they were proposing it? It's like, hey, this is going to be the public funeral for Drake's career? Like, is that what they were?
I don't know.
Okay, you know how quickly public opinion can turn.
Yeah.
And Drake has had the media spotlight and nothing but golden attention for years now. All it's going to take is one major player. And maybe Kendrick Lamar on his own isn't the one. But you throw Dr. Dre in there too, and then you mix in a little DeMar DeRozan, LeBron James.
that
The
was
fact
huge.
that DeRozan was there was insane.
DeMar showing up, I was like, oh, damn. Now,
Like-
he's an LA guy. Maybe he was at home and just wanted to go to the show. But what? Oh, I thought they were boys. I thought that was like a tight relationship.
See, when shit like this starts to happen, it's real easy. And maybe the inclination for Drake here is, I better put out another song, or I better do a tour or something like that. I think he should go away for a little bit.
I
'cause
think he is, though.
Good.
He deleted all the Kendrick Lamar diss tracks from his Instagram. Like, I feel like he probably just at this point is like, I'm not going to win this right now.
And why is Kendrick Lamar rolling around with that much security?
He
needs it.
He's worried.
Okay, but are these guys like really trying to push this to the edge of the envelope where someone's going to get killed? Maybe one or the other.
Well, we hope not, but this is a pretty dangerous game, and we've seen it before.
Yeah, we have.
Did I not tell you, by the way, before the Weeknd showed up to that? Did I not tell you about the retaliation? It was for the Weeknd's place. I told you.
Yeah,
He's
you
fucking
did.
involved.
Yeah.
I
What's
told
that?
you
What do mean?
guys.
What do you mean the retaliation for the Weeknd's place?
The shooting at Drake's place at the security guard. So, someone who knows things that I know said it was actually retaliation from the Weeknd because Abel's home was actually broken into without cops knowing before this. And he believed it was Drake's people trying to find something on Abel to get him on his side. They don't like each other at all.
Right.
So this is retaliation from the Weeknd's people. I'll say people because I'm not going to say it was him, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't think the Weeknd's rolling up to Drake's house and firing shots into the door, but he could.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It was somebody on that camp. We'll call them camps, okay? Because I don't want to use the other word. We're going to call them camps.
Sure.
Not Not.
They're
I didn't say gangs. I didn't say gangs.
Oh,
whoa,
easy.
whoa,
Holy
whoa,
fuck.
whoa.
When you start tossing around terms affiliated with organized crime, sorry, not
Anyway.
organized
No.
crime. That's
Whoa,
another wrong way to say it.
whoa,
Yeah, I
whoa,
didn't mean to say
crime.
organized
It's-
crime.
it's a club. It's a club. It's a clubhouse.
Like a
Clubhouse.
recreational place.
That's it.
Fun
That's what
for
they listen to.
everyone.
They listen to music and dance around.
That's it.
That's all they do
It's
there.
like playing in a recreational softball league.
With guns.
Yeah.
What?
What?
Whoa.
No, I don't know that. I haven't seen that.
How much more interesting would softball be if there were guns?
One shot.
You want me to bring that on the sidelines when I cheer you on? Pow, 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 pop.
That'll get the other team's attention. Yeah.
I want to stand at the plate and just shoot the ball when it comes in. Yeah, just target practice.
Like
awesome.
skeet shooting. That'd be great.
Yeah, it's like a little duck hunt.
It is.
We have an update since yesterday's pod, and I'm very, very, very happy to tell all of you there is body cam footage of the Justin Timberlake arrest.
I'm so excited to watch that. Like
They could put that in a
popcorn.
fucking theater, Kat.
Yeah,
they
they
could
could.
put that out for wide release.
Yeah.
Everybody buy your popcorn and your drinks. Sit down. You're going to watch a production that's going to last about 12, 13 minutes.
Probably.
But pay your $17.
Yeah.
Get your concessions and
Yeah.
watch Justin Timberlake try and walk us in a straight line when he's loaded.
Because there's so many great layers to this video. So the cop approaches the vehicle, right? Or sees the vehicle first. Maybe that body cam gets it. I don't know what it's going to get. Maybe it'll get the police car footage first. Oh, fuck, this guy's swerving and just went through a stop sign. Let's pull this guy over. And then he approaches the car, and Justin Timberlake thinks, oh, I'm Justin Timberlake, right? This is how I picture it going. And then he says,
Dirty pop. And the cop goes, "What?"
you can't stop,
Yeah, it's
stop.
like, I think this
Did
guy.
you call me a dirty cop? No,
Dirty
no.
cop?
Get out of the car, fucker.
Yeah. That's how it all went sideways.
Dirty cop.
Yeah. Dirty cop.
Sarah, step out of the car.
And then he says, this will screw up the tour. What tour? My world tour. He had no fucking idea who he
See,
was. And
I
that's
mean,
going to be my favorite part.
He tried so hard to drop that.
I think so too.
He must think, like, the cop must think, like, this guy is on bath salts. You know, first
Yeah.
I walk up to the car and he goes, "Dirty cop," and then now he's telling me he goes on a world tour, and this is gonna mess up his tour. This guy's a lunatic.
If Justin Timberlake didn't have such a great relationship with Lorne Michaels and SNL was on right now, this would have made the best skit ever.
I really,
And I'm sure it will be in the season
They're in a
premiere.
cab.
I
I don't know.
I really want the body cam footage to be like him trying to prove that he is who he is, and it's, you know, he's standing there at the car getting frisked, and all of a sudden he just dances a little bit.
He's
you know,
like, no, you got to know me.
He does like the bye 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 dance, or, you know, just like And the cop's like, "Please stop
Oh,
singing,
you know,
sir."
you were my sun. Still nothing? You were my earth.
And then
Got nothing.
And then he picks that. This is probably my favorite JT song. He picks it out, and it's the wrong song at the time. It's, "I can drink you away." And then I was like, "All right," in the back of the car, let's go.
Get in.
Yeah. I've had Jack, I've had Jim, I've had all of their friends.
I love
Get in
it.
the back.
It's the sweet spot of ages. Whoever that cop is, I'd love to know his stats, because it's like not quite old enough to be no NSYNC, but not quite young enough to know that he's in Trolls and he stars in that. So it's like gotta be that sweet
yeah.
spot age. You know what I mean? Like, how do I tell my kids Branch just got fucking arrested for drinking and driving? How am I supposed to break that to the kids? Because that's what I wondered. I haven't told them yet.
That's hard news.
I might not.
You have to sit them down for that.
I
You gotta
might not
prepare
tell them. I don't know, man. I don't know.
Yeah,
Get in the car.
Get
every
the fuck in the back.
every news agency, when they showed his mugshot, was
Yeah.
playing "Cry Me a River"
Yeah.
underneath it. Like, come on.
And then he's trying. The cop thinks he's trying to like threaten him, and he goes, "What goes around comes around, goes on the way back around." The
You
cop's
still
like,
got nothing, cop?
Yeah, he's like, "Wait, what are you saying? Are you threatening me?"
Whoa.
he did it wrong, though. There's only one way that as 42-year-old, he's 42, right? Justin Timberlake,
Ish.
43.
We'll go with that.
Sure.
Yeah.
He's around my age.
Sounds right.
So there's only one way he's getting out of that.
Are you 43?
I could be.
Yeah, around that age.
I was
Around
age.
that.
I'm so fucking vague about it. It's getting harder and harder to say the number.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah, I'm 30.
Just remember, age is just a number, man.
You know.
The only hope Justin Timberlake had of that cop recognizing him and having a little bit of sympathy for the fact that he's a celebrity, because he tried to play that "I'm a celebrity" card. The only way that young Gen Z cop was going to know it is if he did the line that Gen Z knows. The only one they know. It's gonna be May. That's the cop would know him from the memes, and I think that's probably his best hope.
Yeah, but you want to arrest anyone that does that, though.
That's
you
true,
know, like
too.
instantly.
Yeah, fuck.
I hate
just
that fucking meme.
I
You're
just
the
like-
guy on the meme?
I'll use it a week into the month. I'll just edit it so it says, it's May.
Short and sweet.
So what now? What now?
I think
Well,
he should
he plays
voluntarily.
tonight.
Oh, he does. Yeah,
He
yeah,
plays tonight in Chicago. So the question is, does he address it to the crowd? Does he post something on his Instagram account ahead of him going on so that he just gets it out of the way and doesn't say anything? Or does he just ignore the whole fucking thing altogether?
Here's the problem with Justin right now. Justin has, and he's going through his lawyers, which is exactly what the lawyers want you to do. But we all saw the mugshot where he looked like he was fucked up. That's what it looked like in the picture.
For sure.
I don't know how intoxicated he was because he refused the breathalyzer. That looks bad. The fact that he tried to drop a name, it looks bad. The fact that he did it in the first place, driving drunk when we all know he's got means to not, looks bad. He is an image guy. He's got to get his image corrected. And if I were him, I'd say, you know what? I made the biggest mistake in my life. I will keep working till you guys forgive me. However, in the meantime, I am voluntarily sacrificing my driver's license, which makes no difference to him. He doesn't need to drive.
He doesn't need to.
So voluntarily give up your license and donate like $1 million to MAD to fund ride programs in every state for the next 4 months. That would go a long way. I don't know if his PR people are smart enough to do something like that.
No, you know Justin Timberlake's people. They are meticulous. They're almost as good as Taylor Swift's people.
Very good.
They are PR machines. Justin was so perfectly media trained from a young age, and like when we would
You could say
interview- groomed is a great word.
Justin Timberlake was groomed.
Yeah. Don't take that out of context, people. So, yeah, we're your podcast defending Justin Timberlake by saying he was groomed. Like, wait, that's not what I said. So I don't know. Is this the time where he says, I got to put all of my goodwill eggs in one basket? It's time for the NSYNC reunion tour.
I think he should go away for a while too, though. I think he should do something nice. He should show himself working to repay his debt to society. And yes, you do owe one if you drink and drive. I think he should do that and nothing to do with music for a little while. He doesn't need to do music anymore. I don't know. This tour is not even selling that well.
So do you think he should stop the tour?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, too many people have got too much they've invested money into it and flights and all that sort of shit. Finish out the tour. Apologize greatly, go away for a little while.
A lot of jobs lost too. When
it would
tour would be canceled like that.
Okay.
Employees at the arenas that aren't going to get paid for another shift. There's all sorts of stuff. I think he should finish it and then piss off for a little while. And I say that as a big Justin Timberlake fan and as somebody who wants to believe that this is a big misunderstanding.
Have you guys seen the PSA that's going viral, though, that NSYNC did about drinking?
Oh, fuck, really?
It's great.
Oh, God.
He's like, hey, you might know us. And it's a dad at the time what didn't understand who NSYNC was, which makes it even funnier. And then they're like, we're just here to tell you, talk to your kids about drinking. Let them know their responsibility. And like Justin Timberlake's there like, yeah, do it. It's just, they're rehashing a lot of old shit he said, which is going to happen to you, though.
If Justin Timberlake wants to repair his image and get back to the Justin Timberlake he was, Justin Timberlake should write whatever amount she wants on the check to Britney Spears and have Britney Spears come out and say, give him a break. He's fine.
Wasn't
He
it
made a
amazing
mistake.
that Criminal...
Yes.
Her song Criminal became like one of the top trending songs.
That's when you said that thing about his PR, I thought, yeah, but Britney's fans are better than his PR is.
Well, yes, at times.
'Cause
but
they're out of
also,
fucking control.
But they're also worse.
That's
in a
what I
lot of
mean.
ways.
They're not in a box of sorts.
But I
and
mean,
controlled.
what I mean is, I feel like I can't have a great, meaningful, respectful dialogue with a super fan about Britney. Like you can't talk to them. Like you can't talk about any faults in the person because immediately you'll be stabbed, and that's not what I'm looking for.
Gonna blow through a couple of different things here because we are now definitely up against the clock. Dave, it was exactly a year ago that the Titanic submersible imploded on its way down to the Titanic. Now the surviving co-founder of the company thinks that it's time to get out of the Titanic submersible business, but using the technology that they created. He wants to send a manned mission to Venus. He says he knows how to keep the astronauts safe. You trust this guy? Are you getting in that spaceship?
Not a snowball's chance in hell.
Not a chance, right? Not a fucking chance.
No. It's like Charles Manson gets out of jail and was like, hey, I got a group I'd like you to join.
I picture that meeting too. Like, okay, guys, so that submersible thing, we crushed that.
Literally.
Yeah, pun intended. So what's next?
And they want to go to Venus?
He wants to go to Venus.
Why? What's on Venus?
We still haven't even figured out the moon. Can you guys please just keep our priorities straight here? We're going to go moon. We're going to set up an en route so that you can refill on the way. And then we're going to go to Mars. And then after Mars, and we've set up a base there, then we can explore other planets. But until then, stop it. Stop. We got to get to the moon first, then Mars, then we worry about the rest of the planets.
We can't get enough housing in Mississauga. And then we're worried about going to Venus.
It's stupid.
I still can't get cell reception in my garage, and these guys want to go to fucking Venus.
That's what I'm
saying. Which apparently you can communicate with, but I still can't get cell signal in my garage.
I'm having the worst time trying to talk to Scott these days.
Every time we talk on the phone.
Why you're not going to go back? You're not going to go back to your old cell provider or a different one?
You understand how my personality works in that I do not want to pay more for something that I could pay less for. So while I did have premium service through Bell Mobility for like 30 years, going back to when I had a pager in high school, Bell was fine. Works everywhere, but it's expensive.
What kind of pages do you think Scott got?
It was all like where to sell the drugs and
in
stuff
high
like
school.
that.
Yeah. Scott was like not a drug dealer of any sort.
No.
What would you get pages for?
It was mainly just friends wondering what I was and when my spare was.
Amazing.
It was mainly.
Okay.
But of course, you needed a phone to call them back. The whole pager concept without a cell phone was stupid. Yeah. Anyway, so I'd love to go back to Bell. Bell, I miss you. But you didn't try to keep me when I said I'm going to have to switch, and that pissed me off. And as cheap as Freedom Mobile is, I get unlimited data and unlimited calling. I can use it in the States for no extra charge. It's amazing for $35 a month. But I can't make a fucking phone call to save my life. This phone doesn't work as a phone. It's really just a big data machine.
It's amazing now that the thing that it was designed for is the thing that is least reliable on it now. Like, I'm the same way with my phone, and it's a calculator. It's the internet. It's an app. It's my bank card.
And you have trouble too?
It happens at times, yeah. Where I'm like, why is this phone? This phone should never cut out ever, ever. I could be in, the Saw House, and I should be able to get cell phone reception.
Jeez.
I should be in the basement of Scotiabank Arena and should be able to get cell service.
Yeah.
Especially for the amount of money we pay for cell phone providers in this country.
Some of the most expensive bills in the world.
Yep.
Okay, another company has launched. They are called Spin Launch, and this isn't a workout type device. This is another company that wants to conquer space, but they got a different idea. See, right now you've got Elon and Boeing and NASA and all these other companies, Virgin Atlantic or Virgin Galactic or whatever it is. What they're trying to do is they're using fuel to create enough thrust to get this heavy rocket off the ground and into space. That's how they do it.
Okay.
This company called Spin Launch is going to go right back to our roots as a child. They think we should be launching satellites using a giant catapult.
Okay.
Yes.
Or
That's
slingshot.
Yes.
Yes. Now that's something I'm interested in.
I'm here for this.
That's some practical shit.
Is
Get
that a
back to
button?
basics.
Is that like a button, or does someone have to physically crank it? How does that work?
We need 15 real strong guys to launch this satellite
really.
into space.
Don't slip.
All of a sudden, we now would know what Brock Lesnar's doing with his spare time. Launching, catapulting rockets into space.
Yes.
Nice.
It's a neat idea. I mean, either way, you've got to get it from the ground to space. Whether you use rocket fuel and send it up that way, or you just fucking throw it as hard as you can, this works.
Have you ever thrown something at a garbage can and missed, even though you were like, "Oh, come on! There's no way I should have missed that."
Yeah.
Crumpled up piece of paper, something like that. Now, what if we just ever so slightly, 2 inches to the left? Oops.
Yeah.
And it doesn't go where we want it to go.
Yeah.
It doesn't pick up the force we want it to pick up. And then next thing you know, it's in someone's backyard.
Someone's backyard, or, oh, fuck, we took out the Eiffel Tower, or
Yeah.
something like that.
Yep.
Oh, look at that. The 401's been destroyed.
Whoopsie.
The entire thing somehow. From end to end, it's broken.
Speaking of Boeing, interesting debate happening in space and here on Earth. Boeing, as you know, had that Starliner where they sent those 2 retired astronauts up to the space station to prove that Boeing is a player in space and they can send people there no problem. So they're up there at the space station now. The problem is they were supposed to be back by now. Apparently when the shuttle or whatever it is that Boeing has, the Starliner thing, apparently when it went up, it got a little damaged. So now the engineers at Boeing are trying to figure out if it's safe to return or if these guys are going to have to stay up there until Elon sends one of his ships up there and maybe can give them a ride home.
Yikes.
That's how bad it is right now. We're not sure if it'll survive re-entry. Would you get in that capsule, or would you wait until SpaceX sends up another ship?
I need at least 100 of them to come back unaffected for me to even consider whether I would ever step foot in or even near one.
Yeah.
You got to have a real good try. I don't want 1 out of 3. Like, you need hundreds of successful runs before I'll even think about it.
Dave, we unlocked a new fear for Kat this morning when
It's awful.
the research dropped that scientists have now confirmed that indeed
I can't even hear you say it.
leeches can jump.
Ooh, I don't like that news at all.
No, it's bad, right? Kind of makes you want to stay inside.
Yeah, there's some evolution going on here, and I don't like what we're doing.
Yeah, because they never used to be able to jump. What happened that now they can jump?
Now they can jump. What the fuck?
What's going on there?
And how high can they jump?
Yeah, apparently like 2 to 4 feet.
Oh my gosh,
That's fucked up.
If I'm wearing shorts,
You
with a maybe a loose leg, I don't want a leash bouncing up there. Grab.
Wearing a nice loose leg short, are
That's
you?
right. Yeah, absolutely. I need some sway here. Last thing I want is a leech giving me a little kiss on the tip.
see that spaceship up to space sounds more.
Yeah, I kinda like
actually
it.
sounds a little better now.
Hello,
Do they have-
Boeing.
Do they have leeches
Hang on a
Venus?
second. Yep. Hang on. Might be onto something.
And one more, just because I think we all have a special place in our heart for the dinosaurs. Lokiceratops is the newest dinosaur that they just confirmed in history.
I love Loki.
So like Loki from Marvel?
Yeah.
Is that who they named it after?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, so get this.
Hang on. Loki's not named after a Marvel. Loki isn't naturally that. That's a god. Loki.
No, I know, but
Initially.
a
So
Norse
I
god.
think it's really out of the god.
okay, so it's not.
It's not actually a Marvel
comic.
fan.
Okay,
It's not
fair
like
enough.
someone like was digging dinosaurs like, well, I love Marvel. Is it Captain America-saurus? Or are we going? What are we going with?
Are you kidding me? That's like
That's true,
nerd
though.
culture. That is
Yeah.
exactly
Yeah,
what would happen.
probably.
I'm surprised they didn't name it the Jeff Goldblum.
You think a lot of dinosaur diggers are Marvel fans?
I think
I
every
would love
one
to
of them
take a
is a Marvel
survey.
fan.
Yeah, I'd love to take a survey of that.
I think that's would be a wasteful survey because I think
You
it'd
think
be
so?
100%.
Okay.
Like unanimous.
Fair
Yeah.
enough.
The Lokiceratops, they say, was similar to the Triceratops, but with a little more flair. They had big, ornate horns on top of their head.
Bougie tops.
They are named after the Norse god Loki, the same one the Marvel character is
there you
based
go.
on.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what? I love those kinds of stories, by the way. When we like find new things like that. I mean, it's also a scary thing though. The ocean shit's what scares me.
'Cause we
When
have
they,
no idea what's
pull
down
up
there.
new things and like, look at this fish. And it's like all fucked up.
I get weirded out when I
Whoa.
watch those like Planet Earth documentaries with David Attenborough.
Yes.
And the ones that bother me the most are the bottom of the sea.
Yes, because what the fuck? We don't even know
It's a
most of what's down there.
No, it's a totally different world. It's
Awful.
like pitch black, and then you see sand or something at the very, very bottom of the ocean. And then this like weird looking creature just goes across, and like, I live on the same planet as that thing. That scares me.
It's
That's
freaky.
why I don't go in the ocean.
None
it's
of them
not
look
my
nice.
world.
None of them look
No.
nice. It's not like they pull up these beautiful like rainbow fish or unicorn fish. No, they all have like fucking 15 eyes and 5 claws. It's awful.
Yeah, and like the one will like, grab you because a hand comes out of its stomach, and you're like, ah! That's not a fish. That's an alien.
Looks like
Don't
that
tell me
weird
otherwise.
Thing from Dune. Like, oh fuck.
Yeah,
Get me out of here.
It's that popcorn bucket from Dune. Son of a bitch.
We pulled up the wrong thing.
And, like they look like sandworms.
They
that,
do,
It's
yeah.
like, remember the movie Tremors?
Yes.
All
That shit looks.
that could have been a documentary to me. I don't know. I'm not going under. Forget it. I'm done with the underground. It's over. I'm not going up in space. I'm not going underground. I'm
Mind you,
staying right where I am.
Shark Week's coming up soon, though.
Oh, I hate it.
Do you hate it?
I don't-
I like it, but I don't want to go near it. Do
That's
you know
what I mean. Yeah, I'm
I'll watch
fascinated
it
by
from
it.
Here
Love
on the-
sharks.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
I also understand that is their home, not mine, and
Yeah.
I don't belong in there.
Right. Okay, do we owe any apologies?
Yes, let me start at the very beginning. Deep apologies are owed to Oreo because Kat doesn't know about the Force. So I guess that really is an apology to George Lucas as well. Sorry to the guy that I threw out at home plate with the play of the year. Very sorry to anybody with teeth or teeth missing for the dentistry conversation. We also have to say sorry to those who don't have jobs that are deemed tip worthy, which I feel like we've apologized to them a lot.
Yeah.
On the pod. Maybe I'll take that back, like the tip. We are deeply regretful that we haven't executed on any of the $1 million ideas from the folder. We'll get to that as soon as we can. Very much disappointed in ourselves for not recognizing that Venus might be a very nice planet to visit and live on. My goodness, we have a deep regret for anybody who has to run into one of those giant, what was it called?
Loki Ceratops?
Loki
Ceratopsis?
Ceratops, or the leaping leeches anytime soon.
Oh.
Yeah. Now, I'm going to end it a little bit differently. One, Mike Tyson is owed an apology. We're going to give that to him right now, not for any reason in particular, but just because it's a good idea. And the last one for today, so sorry to Justin Timberlake for your DUI. I want you back.
The cop still doesn't know.
And finally, a team of scientists just found the oldest wine ever in liquid form in an untouched Roman tomb. They found the wine next to an ancient Roman tapestry that said, "It's wine o'clock somewhere." We have a great show!
A mime who worked at SeaWorld claims that he was fired after an argument with a security guard. To be fair, if you're yelling at someone, you probably got fired for not being a great mime.
Hey, people are talking about this. Louisiana just became the first state to require classrooms to display the 10 Commandments. Finally, a way to remind kindergartners to stop committing adultery.
A new study has found that men who are happy with their penis size are more likely to own a gun, and that the long-standing assumption linking insecurity over penis size to gun ownership may be inaccurate. Or, and this is just a theory, men lie.